it's been a few months since you last played these guys, and so how do you go out now and prove that you're better than that 50-point loss to Moorhead and that tight one against Northern that was right there?
Yeah, I hopefully think and believe that we're better than a 52-point loss, but at the same time, we clearly didn't show up that game. And Moorhead, I have to just continue to give credit. I won't downplay us. We're capable of competing with anybody, but Moorhead's so good. They're just fun to watch as a fan, to appreciate the game and the skill set of their kids and what she does with the kids she has. And again, that Drew has my absolute #1 vote for Player of the Year as well. So you have to give them credit, and then our kids have to say, okay, coach and everyone says how good they are. We have to decide. We have to compete at the highest level we possibly can to make this thing a game.
And so, last 2-3 weekends, you guys have had those slow starts and got into a hole early on. So how important is it, especially with these teams, to jump on them right away?
Right. Yeah. If we get a hole, it's just going to get deeper and deeper. So we have to. We sometimes play, if the ball goes in, we're going to play harder defensively. If the ball goes in, we're going to have tempo offensively. And we can't have the success of how we're going to start a game based on a shot made or missed. So we have to be ready to defend right away, be ready to play hard for 40 minutes.
So these teams that you're playing, they're winning games, averaging 10-point wins, but all your games have been close all year long for the most part. So if something's got to give, then how do you make sure it's in your favor?
Yeah, it's gonna, it has a lot to do with balance of us offensively. When we were winning some of those games and staying within, the 1-minute drill of win or loss of games, we were balanced. Everyone was showing up and they're playing well, and then you'd have one kid here that play great. And that's what we really need. Again, is I don't need Amy Pelzer to score 40 points or Tat to go off and score 30 points in a ridiculous way. I need all of them to be even keel and play well and play hard, and no one that has that kind of game where they don't show up at all effort-wise, or they're just in the tank. So we just need a balanced effort offensively from everyone, and then I'm expecting and demanding a great effort defensively from everyone.
We hear so much about Drew Sanis. What makes these Moorhead guards go?
Yeah, they play off of Drew, and Drew does a really good job of playing with her wings. If things aren't going well for her, teams do a good job of trying to take away Drew, but then their wings see that, and then they go attack mentality. The Thorson kid's really good shooter, can go off the bounce well. They're really good role players, and that doesn't downplay what they do, but you have a point guard in Van Wy who's just solid, and if she has to show up, she'll show up. You have, their other wing players where they absolutely just know when they have to turn it up a little bit on the scoring end or rebounding end, and then they do. And that's what's scary about them. You can take away Drew Sanis, easier said than done, but you're still in a heap of trouble with the balance of this offensive team.
So, knowing that you could very well get 1,000 points this weekend, where does that rank on your priorities, and does that change your mindset at all going into the weekend?
Honestly, I think it's at the very bottom for me right now. The last thing I'm really thinking about is that, or at this point, I have another year, so I haven't really thought a ton about it at all this year. But going into this weekend, I think we're really focused on having a strong 40 minutes and not having any laps. That's been a huge thing for us this year, especially. We haven't really put a whole 40-minute game of good basketball together that we've seen, that we know that we can play in. So I think that's a huge focus for us this weekend, and especially going against one of the best teams in the conference this weekend, MSU. I'm on Friday. I think we just really have to bring it on Friday, mentally and physically.
So the top two teams in the North, and it's one of the toughest weekends you guys have had all year. What would a win or even two mean as far as getting someone for playoffs with Bemidji State?
Yeah, I think that would be huge for us, especially since they're both great teams. But I think what's more important is just that we can come out and we can play the best basketball that we can. I think right now, a win is a win. We'd love to get a win, but I think playing just a really good game is honestly what we really need right now, especially coming off of our Augie game. And we played really well against Wayne on Friday, but it'd be great to get a win, but I think that we just are focused on just playing our basketball and just having that 40 minutes.
And so, like you said, it's all of a sudden been a while since you guys have come up on the winning end of things. And so just how do you take, playing well and find a way to make it into coming up on the winning side?
Yeah, I think, well, Saturday we just had we didn't have a lot of energy coming out, even just from warm-ups. I think that was one thing we were trying to get people going. So I think just sticking together and playing for each other, that's been a huge thing this week in practice, is do it for your teammates and not for yourself. Like, come and play hard for your teammates and not thinking about what's going on like in your personal life or anything like that. So I think just coming out and not being selfish this weekend is going to be huge for us. And I think, like you said, having a good weekend this weekend, a strong weekend this weekend is really going to propel us for our first playoff game.
What challenges do the two post players that you'll face this weekend present that makes them unique with Sanis and Ristel?
Yeah, Sanis is a different post that we don't normally go against in our league. Normally there's a true 5 in Moorhead, especially they have 1 through 5, they all can shoot the 3. So that I think is a huge thing. It's similar with Augustana, but yeah, Sanis, she's a great post player. She's very long and skinny. So I know for me it's a lot difficult. You have to really focus on where she's at. She's jumping off of you and she's always looking for block shots. So I was talking to Coach Magic, and I think the game plan is to face up more, which I've been trying to do as of lately. But yeah, she's definitely a different post player. She's not as physical as some of the posts that we go against. And Ristel, I mean, she's just a big body and she can catch and she can move you around for the most part. So just not letting either of them catch this weekend is going to be really huge for us.